So this is just kind of a recap over the month of June. I just got back on the BMX bike. We're starting out with some clips out in Crosby at the skate park. A little bit of drop-in fakie action on the free coaster. One of my favorite things to do is riding backwards. So there's always going to be a lot of that, a little bit of grinding. Smiths are always easier than Feebles for me. Lots of 360s. This was always one of my favorite parks. It's just kind of a nice beginner setup out in Crosby. This is St. Cloud Skate Plaza, the newer one over by Costco. They have a pretty sweet concrete bowl. It's always nice just being able to air up and gives you a little bit more hang time to pop some stuff. So looking forward to getting some more bowl action in. Yeah, just fakie drop-ins all day. Waiting for some injuries to recover, but then I should really be able to push some stuff on the bike. This was just real quick. We just started popping stuff out of the bowl. First time in years doing most of these tricks. 1 foot 3, hadn't done that in years. One-handed 3, hadn't done that in years. Here we got just like a little nose manual over the box. Not really a nose manual, just kind of floating over and tapping it with the front tire. My balance really is not very good. Got 1-handed 3, hadn't done that in years. Super easy out of the bowl. Lots of fun. Really looking forward to being able to do a lot more of these on more street spots. Yeah, just ran that one back quick, super easy. BJ was over there filming with him. This was on the way back from work. Just a nice little trailer in Brainerd. Injuries, not fully recovered. Just back on the bike. So a little bit of 180 stuff. I think I tried throwing a 1-footer 180 on a couple tries and just wasn't happening that day. It's my free coaster again. Yeah, we did a 180 half cab out. I don't think I went for a 3 there back at Crosby. Different day. 360 down the stairs. I think I clipped the rail on my first try. A little nose maybe. Let's see here. What do we got? 360 on the spine. That was cool. That's actually the first. I think that Crosby might be the first park I ever did a 3 on the spine. It was either that or at JC's, but I'm guessing Crosby is first because it's a little bit more beginner friendly. Everything's small. The quarters and spines and stuff don't actually really shoot you up. They just kind of actually more like a kicker. You go forward with them, so you got to be careful, otherwise you're landing on the flat. But really fun park. Probably 270 drop in here. Yep, I just love going backwards. So whatever variations I can come up with to try that. Super fun. Ryan Williams has actually got a lot of really cool backward stuff he does. He's one of my favorite riders. Different angles. Most of the stuff right now I film by myself. If I catch anybody out that I can film, I'll film whatever they're doing. Been bumping into a lot of people I used to ride with or haven't had a chance to ride with, and that was a 1-footer 3, didn't quite make that. I don't think anybody really realizes how much you crash before you land the tricks. You know, if you ever see videos of people landing stuff, there's a lot that goes into that. You know, most of these videos I didn't put a lot of effort into filming them. They didn't take me very long, you know, maybe an hour and a half on some of the longer days riding, but you know, if I get a whole bunch of clips I landed, like that was my first 3 over that transition. Here's a couple bails, but there's so many crashes that go into landing the tricks, especially when I haven't been back into riding, and I'm always trying to keep it fun and exciting, so I'm always trying new stuff, and anytime you're learning something new, it takes forever, usually. Just trying to 180 up there, half cab off, all kinds of cool stuff I'd like to do with stuff like that. I want to get my 180s into grinds. A little bit longer clip here when I was trying to get that 3, so I just hit that for the first time, really, I think. I might have hit it when I was younger, but just kind of gapped it going for the transition. Did that a couple times, and I was like, I bet I could just throw a 360 over this, and tried it a few times, cased pretty good the first 2 or 3 times before I finally landed it. Nice little spot, really not too hard, and it's small enough where even if I really overshot it and went to flat, it wouldn't really be too bad. So I'm looking forward to trying some more stuff on that later this year. I do want to go back and basically look at all my old tricks I had on video and reshoot all of them. So that's kind of a project I'm going to be working on. This is my first longer form video. I'm going to be trying to do more long form content with the shorts. Mostly just been doing shorts, but I'll keep doing these recap ones every month. I think the other recap video I'm working on, that I don't know if I'll get the audio on today, but that one has more to do with my gym and lifting and fitness stuff, or just other stuff I do, but that's kind of same thing, just recap. I think that one has some stuff from May and June, but I'm going to try to just do monthly updates and some other stuff there. I landed that 3. Super fun. Let's see what else we got coming up here. Lots of clips, man. And here we're back at St. Cloud. This was just a double peg fakie out. Here we're in Cold Spring, just putzing around just hanging out with my stepson Christian during this, and just doing some transitions, riding on the bars, switching back. Here's a little flatland trick. I don't even know what you call that. I love watching flatland stuff and always try to pull from that. 360 at Park Cold Spring, 360 rock at Cold Spring by the splash pad. Super sick spot. Christian filmed these ones. Or this one here, a little bit of action by the park, just doing a couple tricks and gave him a chance to film a little bit, which was super cool. There's some really cool spots around there. I found a few I want to go back to for sure and hit some pretty big gap type stuff, drop type stuff. This is back out of Crosby. This is my cassette setup. Just kind of cruising around. Got all kinds of stuff getting back. Except that was a 1-foot can. This is new. Floating on the bars. Got that from Ryan Williams. Scooter tricks. No footer. 1-foot can. Pretty sure. I gotta get the saran wraps back and the bar hops, all that stuff. I gotta get flexible and healed up for those to come back. But I'm gonna try to do a nice tune-up on both my bikes this week. I did a bike check on the cassette on, I think, Thursday. I gotta do a bike check on the Free Coaster still, so that'll be coming up. But I was just looking at some parts and just want to get some minor stuff that'll really, freshen stuff up a bit. Some new grips. I need to get a seat, so I'm not swapping seats every time. I've got a regular chain on my cassette right now. I want to switch that over to a half length, get a sprocket guard, get some new tires on both bikes. I would like to get the solid dropout, closed dropout forks like I've got on my Free Coaster setup. I absolutely love those. So I was kind of looking at that a little bit yesterday, and those won't be coming for a bit because I'm gonna have to get a new front wheel for that as well, because you gotta have the bolts feed into the hub. So that's a whole new wheel build to do that. But just been having a ton of fun getting back onto the bike and reconnecting with old friends, making new friends that I've never even ridden with, and now get to look forward to riding with. Really looking forward to riding with Kool-Aid soon when he's able to get back on the bike. I bumped into Danny out here the other day. I haven't ridden with him in years. That's going to be super fun bumping into him. I'd like to try to get a hold of Ernie, see if he's still riding. I'm sure he is. So should be all kinds of cool stuff coming up. Even if it's just me, I'm going to be pushing it, learning new stuff, and getting a little better every day. This coming week, I'm pretty much just going to be staying off the bike, doing some recovery. I'm doing an ice bath right now. Actually, my knee's pretty banged up, and it's absolutely incredible I've been able to do all this stuff while dealing with injuries. But I'm really excited to see everything that I'm going to be able to push it to later this year. When I get through the injuries, it's going to be absolutely wild. I'm supposed to start working with a coach later in July to start learning flips. Once I get those figured out, eventually I'm going to find a foam pit and take them to my bike. So no clue when that'll be, but I just keep running into all these people that do flips, and I've always wanted to do flips, and I've tried them. I just always get hurt because I don't take the time to learn them right in a safe environment, and that's actually part of the reason my knee hurts right now, is because I was trying to do flips not too long ago and got a little impatient. So I'm going to work with the coach real soon and get them down. But that trick there, you see that scooter trick on the bars, it's really shortened down in here, but just about 10, 11 minutes straight, I just constantly, it was just one after another, and they started getting better. That's not even close to where I want to take that trick to, and I thought of a new trick from that, but this is June. More to come. Oh, here's a funny little bail from the other night.